Welcome, Empire fans, to a special podcast of Williamsburg football. Speaking with head coach Rob Woodward. Coach, congratulations on your second win of the season against Memphis. And as good as Vogelsong Lewis was and Reisner were, you guys were still able to eke out and push out a win. Although dicey at sometimes, but in the end, you came out victorious 42-28.
Yeah, offensively, I thought we played an outstanding game, especially the first half. Second half, maybe sputtered a little bit at times, but played extremely well, put up 42 points, and ultimately, I really felt like kept things in hand for us really throughout the game on their end. Defensively, we played a great players for sure. Those two did an awesome job of just putting pressure on us the whole entire game with that, and keeping themselves into the game and making it tough for our secondary. We did a very poor job of tackling, but again, part of that is because of the elusiveness and just the overall physicality that they were able to run with when they carried football. But we got better in some areas. We saw a few things we need to make sure we need to work on. So, that's what you go out and play for, so that we can try to grow and get better each week. And as our competition continues to get better, we're going to have to make sure that we bring it each and every week.
A couple kids stood out to us. One was Casey Dorr, kind of got in there and made some things happen, and Case Dyer.
Yeah, both of them are guys that have great athleticism. They're just getting finally a chance to show what they can do. And Case Dyer, being a senior, great speed, and I'm really, really liking the way he's running the football. The things he's able to do, the elusiveness. He had a great kickoff return, able to see the field, see the holes very well. What he does a good job of is really pressing things, forcing you towards where a blocker may be, and then he has the ability to jump cut or burst out of there, and you saw some of that speed the other night that he had with that. Casey Dorr is just athletic, very athletic, great jumping, closing speed, explosiveness on his end, both offensively and defensively. Last year he was our co-special teams player of the year, and then this year he's coming out and showing some of the things he can do, and his time and opportunities will only increase, I think, from this point.
You had mentioned Case Dyer on that kickoff return. That's one thing that I think has been really good this year from the beginning of the year is our special teams play.
Absolutely. Special teams has been very good, and it's just our guys really putting themselves in practice and in things, making sure that they're doing the job that they need to do, and they're just taking attention to detail. But Braxton Sammons has been a big part of that with his leg. He averaged 40.8 yards a kick last week with his punts, and really has a boom on the ball, good hang time, gets it down there, and then of course kickoffs. The very first kickoff kind of set the stage of the game, I think, in terms of him putting it up in the air like he did, our guys flying down there, and we tackled essentially inside the 15-yard line. So that's outstanding when you can have that on a kickoff. And then the rest of those ended up being touchbacks for the rest of the night. But then on the other side, kickoff return, Case Dyer had a 70-yard kickoff return, Matthew Miller a 30, and then another 20 on top of that. So great special teams in all those areas. And then punt return, Matthew Miller is another one back there that is going to field the ball, or he's going to make some things happen with his feet. So special teams is definitely something that we utilize throughout the game, and has played into our hand for sure.
Was there anything else, Coach, in that game that kind of stood out to you, maybe a player or a particular play that you were proud of when you got done?
I thought Blake Richardson did another great job on the interior line, graded out extremely well, and just his overall physical play. I thought Cameron Griffey stepped up after grading poorly in really week one, really turned it around and graded very well. Actually, our whole entire offensive line, Jay Holsinger, Cameron Griffey, Ethan Eisen, Will Whitley, Chase Conley, Blake Richardson, all did a great job on that offensive line of giving Jake Gregg the time that he needed to complete some of the balls and some of the things he did. And Jake has done a great job of managing the game from an offensive perspective. You know, he's got 6 touchdown passes and only 5 incompletions on basically 30 passing attempts. You know, I think the elusiveness that he can bring with his feet is something that he still hasn't really showed teams yet, but I think it's something that he's going to continue to work on and develop. But we've just got to make sure we come out, keep pushing on the gas with that offense, and defensively make sure that we're wrapping up and tackling, and our guys keep having fun playing the game that they love.
Coach, you move on to Oak Hill, and Oak Hill's one of those teams where they tell you exactly what they're going to do, and they're going to do it, and you've just got to go out there and stop them. What's your thoughts on Oak Hill this week?
Well, Paul Carver, has taken over the helm there at Oak Hill last year and then this year, and just brings a sense of simplicity to the offense. You know, he coached with Merrill Triplett when he was at Portsmouth West, and you know, I know he's gonna run just a rugged, come at you offense. Defensively, they're going to look to put some pressure, blitzing in linebackers inside, and look to bottle things up. So, they've shown what they can do in a game up in St. Clairsville, where they, hung around, and I think that game ended about 2 o'clock in the morning. So it was a long drive and tough conditions for them to face there. And then they were back at home last week against Valley and put up huge numbers in the rushing game against Lucasville Valley. So, you know, we've got our hands full tonight, and our guys are going to be definitely tested up front in that offensive and defensive line.
Any final thoughts before we get off this week, Coach?
I just want to commend the administration and everybody that came out last week and supported our Pirates on senior night. It was a great atmosphere, even though it was limited with people. The sound, the stadium, everything was loud and as close as we could get to it, and we appreciate all those efforts. And just everybody that is working to broadcast our kids and put them out there and feel that energy of Pirate football. You know, we can sense it and feel it, and our guys are having fun and looking for another taste of that coming up tonight.
That's Coach Rob Woodward with his final thoughts for this week's matchup against Oak Hill. You can tune in BurkeFan.com at 6:45. Thanks, Coach, for taking time with Burke Fan.
All right. Appreciate it, Gene. Thank you. Go Burke.